All right, hello and welcome to the Dr. Jaime Show. I am so happy that you are here with me today. Merry Christmas, happy Friday. So many good things going on right now. Most of you know 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every Friday, the Dr. Jaime Show airs live right here in this awesome chair. But today, we're having a special late night segment for you as we welcome Rob Herbert and Craig Thompson with Backbeat Entertainment and the Craig Thompson Project. These musicians are amazing. I can't wait for you to hear the interview that we have for you today. We are talking about going for your dreams and going for passions and some of the trials and tribulations that you face along that journey, especially in the field of art and music, right? What do we hear people tell us all the time? No, that needs to be a hobby. That can't actually be something that you do. But these guys actually did it, and they made themselves a success doing it. So what did they do? We're going to hear about their journey today. Before we begin, we're going to do a little bit of admin really quick. So we are taking a break from the Dr. Jaime Show next Friday. We return January 6th with Day Sheridan, sex therapist, where we talk all things sex. What a way to bang in the new year. Ha, ha, ha. I am such a comedian, aren't I? But we're going to have Day Sheridan on here, and you get to ask any questions about sex and relationships that you want right here on January 6th. And then on the 13th, we're having Angela Ardolino. She's the founder of Tampa Bay Parenting Magazine, and she launched CannaCure, which cultivates the purest medical cannabis. And we're going to find out exactly what she's doing for women and men and children and families regarding CannaCure. And then on the 20th, we're having Mario and Diane on here, where we are going to discuss their book, Re-Love and Ship. And we're going to talk about all things relationships and how maybe in the new year, if you're starting a new relationship, how you can avoid bringing the baggage from an old relationship into the new relationship. And then on the 27th, we're having Steve Fidrich here, who is talking about his journey in overcoming depression. This is going to be a great segment for you, for those of you trying to, that are maybe in bouts of depression right now, trying to get out, but also for those of you that don't understand depression or don't understand how you can become depressed. This can be a great educational segment for you. But I can't wait any longer. Are you kidding me? I have Craig and Rob sitting right here. So Craig, Rob, come on down. I need music. I need music, right? I need music as they come on out. Come on, guys. Give me a hug, Rob. Hey, thank you for coming. We're getting some music already. I like it. I like it. I need him.
Wow,
I love it. I love it. I love it. I need him every Friday here. Can you come here every Friday?
Yeah.
That would be a great intro. I love it. Okay, so we have Rob and we have Craig. I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us.
And I can't wait because after this segment, I'm having an epic Christmas party. And these guys are playing at the Christmas party, so I can't wait. I'm so excited. Yay! Okay, so guys, before we begin, if you can tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do so everyone can know a little bit about who they're getting the information from today. And then we're going to talk about the quote on the backboard, and then we're going to go right into the interview. So Rob, if you want to go ahead and start, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do in your company.
Sure. I'm Rob Herbert from Nashville, Tennessee, but lived in Orlando about 12 years now.
Okay.
And I'm a professional drummer, which is something that I've been doing for 12 years since I finished college. But my background was actually marketing, so I've recently started a company called Backbeat Entertainment that is, pairing with performing along with the managerial side of music.
Nice. Excellent. Excellent. And tell us a little bit about you, Mr. Craig.
My name is Craig Thompson, and I'm from Jamaica. I live in Orlando, Florida, and known Rob for about 6-7 years now. And I play the guitar, the piano, and I just love music.
I love it. I love it. I know that most of you just smiled out there. You can't not smile when you talk.
Should I get my shades too?
I know. I feel like I need my shades.
Yeah.
You know what? All of you out there, put your shades on right now.
Put them on.
Put them on. Okay, so before we go into the quote, can you tell us something that we don't know about you? Something like bizarre or something unique. So I always tell people, and for those of you that have not heard this show before, you'll probably laugh. Something weird about me is every night when I go to bed, I have to wear tall socks. Like that's so like they have to wear like soccer socks pulled up. Can you tell us something weird or unique about you?
Oh,
They don't know anything about us. So
Yeah.
Yep. Well, it has to be. That's cheating. Tell us something unique.
oh man.
And don't tell me you wear soccer socks.
Put me on the spot. Well, I wear some Rasta man
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. What about you? Is there anything?
My socks are brown.
Your socks. That's all you're getting today.
But no, so the one thing I may be more passionate about or love even more than music is traveling.
Okay.
So luckily they kind of go hand in hand sometimes.
Nice.
But kind of a unique thing about me is I seek out rooftop or scenic views everywhere I go. That's anytime I'm in a new place, I love to get a high vantage point. I feel like it's the quickest way to get a very quick sense of the place that you are and a look at everything.
I love it. Excellent. Where is the best place you've ever been at the rooftop scenic view?
Oh wow, that's tough. One that comes to mind is Banff National Forest in Alberta, Canada.
Wow.
It's in the Canadian Rockies. If you go due north from Denver, straight up into Canada, just the mountains up there are absolutely beautiful. The Rockies are a little bit steeper, so the view from the top of a mountain up there, it comes to mind. And then any major city, that's what I try to seek out too. So.
Excellent. What's the best place you've ever been?
Australia.
Australia. Oh, that is on a bucket list for me. Amazing.
Australia.
Was it amazing?
Oh, it was. I got bit by a bug, the surf bug. I got bit by the surf bug. I learned how to surf, and I was surfing with dolphins. And
Oh, amazing.
went scuba diving with some nurse sharks and cool stuff. It was amazing, yeah. So
As long as you don't
traveling,
get
definitely.
stung by the box jelly. The
Yeah,
box jellyfish.
right, yeah.
It doesn't matter what you get bit by,
Mhm.
as long as it's not the box
Take
jelly.
your chances.
Take your chances.
That's-
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so everyone knows on the Dr. Jamie show that I always bring a quote to the table, which they haven't seen before the show. And I'm gonna read it to them, and they're gonna tell me, each of them independently, do they agree or disagree with the quote, and why. So the quote on the back is, I believe musicians have a duty, a responsibility to reach out, to share your love or pain with others. James Taylor. Agree, disagree, and why?
Completely agree.
Okay, why do you completely agree?
Well, you're sharing. First of all, when you share your story, you never know who that story is going to impact, and that's the reason we do music, to empower others and to impart knowledge and to motivate. And the only way we can do that is by sharing what we have experienced in life, the good, the bad, the indifferent, the pain, the joy, all of that, because everybody goes through it.
Yeah.
Regardless of how much material you may have or possess, everybody goes through pain and everybody goes through love. So it's very important that we have that balance, the yin and the yang. Nowadays when you hear music, it's empty. There's no message, if you ask me. Or if there's a message, I think it's sending the wrong message. We're living in peril times, and we need message of upliftment and love and happiness and joy and unity, with people.
Yes.
And Mother Nature in itself, the whole embodiment to this whole universe that we live in.
Yeah.
So that is it. It is very important because music resonates with people, It gets into their spirit. So if you're preaching the wrong message, it's gonna get into their spirits, and they're gonna start doing the wrong things.
I absolutely agree with that. One of the things that I do when I have life coaching, if I have someone that's kind of in a funk and they come to me, one of the things that I tell them is be very cognizant of the music that you're listening to. Because if you're driving home and you broke up with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, and you're driving home and you're listening to some sad, depressing song, it's gonna put you in that sad, depressing way, right?
Yeah.
And then if you listen to something that's super uplifting, It may give you the power and the motivation to truck through and pull through it. So yeah, music really can sway your mood. Absolutely, for sure. What about you? Do you agree or disagree with this quote back here?
I love your answer, man. That's why he writes the songs and sings the songs. I definitely agree that people that write songs and tell stories, I mean, that's what they're meant to do, and that's definitely part of their purpose and what's the word, responsibility. Myself, I've actually tried writing songs, and I've done it pretty unsuccessfully, and I found that my creative contribution to music is usually helping put the finishing touches to songs or adding the groove or the rhythm to it. So it's
Which plays a huge role.
It's a part of the music.
Yeah.
It's part of it, I guess. But definitely, I feel obligated to teach. That's sort of part of my being. So I like to teach kids to play music or play drums. I work with like high school marching programs and some private lessons and stuff like that. So it's a little bit different for me, as I'm not the poet in the songwriting process, but.
But you are a poet in the creative process
Yes.
of the music, you know, because I mean, yeah, you can do an a cappella song and people can still feel it, you know. But when you have that accompaniment with you, and it doesn't have to be in words, it can be just the music itself, you know. Because I mean, when you look at these great composers like Mozart or Bach, and you name them, you know, those classical composers. I mean, their music touches people too, man. Instrumentally, yeah. And, well, it even goes farther than that. It's like a frequency it's vibrating on, you know. And we all vibrate on different frequencies, as everything has a frequency that it vibrates on. So when you're vibrating on the right frequency and you can connect with that emotion that the individual or the audience resonates with,
Absolutely.
you know, then you're touching them in a emotional way without using words. And I'll tell you a story too. When I was in Jamaica, I performed a song, and the name of the song is Struggling. It's an original song of mine. And I performed this song, and a young man in the audience didn't speak any word of English. And I was singing in English. But he had his wife with him, right? And so after the show, I came out and I was talking with them, and I realized quickly that he doesn't speak English because he can't communicate. He was communicating through his wife. Then she said to me that he enjoyed the song and it made him very emotional. And I said, but he doesn't speak English. How does he understand what I'm saying? You know? And right there, and that was the moment I decided music is what I'm going to do.
Yes.
Like as a full-time thing.
Absolutely.
Because she said that he didn't understand, but he could feel the emotions that you were conveying.
Yeah.
You know,
it's amazing, right?
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I even listen to Spanish music, and you can feel the emotion.
We do too.
And I don't speak Spanish, you know.
Yeah.
Un poquito.
I feel like I speak Spanish when I listen to the Spanish music.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm fluent. Hola, baby. Absolutely. Okay, excellent. All right, guys. So we're gonna jump right into the interview. I'm gonna ask you some questions here. Be honest with us. First off, okay, tell us a little bit about how you two even met. How did this relationship begin? And tell us about Backbeat Entertainment and just how you guys met, etc. The Craig Thompson project, how it got started, so we get a little bit of the background. Who wants to start?
Okay, I guess I'll start, then you can talk about Backbeat. Well, we met through a mutual friend.
Okay.
I was performing in a band. The name of the band was In Transit. It was a band that I formed shortly after I came here to the US, maybe 2 years after. And we had an incident where we needed a drummer, a substitute. And so the mutual friend that we share said I should call upon this guy, who happened to be Rob. And so I went to Rising Star. He plays occasionally at Rising Star in City Walk
at Universal
Studios. And that's where I first met him, you know. It was a karaoke little session going on with a live band. And there he was. I'm like, oh, white boy.
Oh, he's so cute.
So I'm gonna check him out and see what he's got, you know. And lo and behold, he had plenty of chops.
Ah,
And that's where, I think that's where the Craig Thompson project really manifested itself. The first time we got on stage together was at Rising Star. We performed sitting on the dock of the bay.
Oh,
that's
do
right.
I get to hear that tonight? Can
Yeah,
I get to hear that
Oh,
tonight?
of course, we're gonna play that
You
tonight.
just made the list.
Yeah.
And so that's how we first met, you know, through a mutual friend, and I was seeking a drummer to help me with a gig, and ever since then we just clicked. And we've been riding the waves together.
You were bit by the surf bug.
Yeah. I was definitely bit by the surf bug. We went surfing a few times. Yeah, it's fun. So yeah, that's how we started, you know. That's how the friendship came about, and then through over the years we started collaborating more on different projects, and then we realized that we really have something good going here, you know. So let's nurture it. And I say within the past 2 years, that's what we've been doing, nurturing it, and it's blossoming into something great.
Excellent.
And then and Rob takes care of the managerial part of things, you know, guys. I'm not too savvy and all that. I like to deal with the more creative side. I like stay away from all the paperwork, you know. And we found the Backbeat Entertainment, and so with that, he can tell you more about that stuff.
Yeah, so that first week that a mutual friend put us in contact, he came to one of my shows and I went to one of his, and I was just blown away by the way that he was able to interact and just perform, and he's really had something very special, so very unique, especially in our area in Orlando. I hadn't seen anything like it. And I've always had an affinity for reggae music as well. Like I've come from Nashville. I've done the country thing. I love rock music and funk, and but I've always liked reggae a lot, and I didn't have an outlet for that. Didn't have a way to use it. So that was an appeal as well. So in the years following, we just, the way I usually put it is we work together every chance we get. And we've made a conscious effort to create those opportunities, and that's when we really decided that the Craig Thompson project was going to be a thing, and we formed a partnership on that band where we really split a lot of roles down the middle. We we have kind of different personalities, different traits, get on each other's nerves from time to time.
Oh yeah, no, it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah,
You don't ever get on his nerves. He gets on yours.
it's
Well, see, the thing is, I'm always late, you know. I'm always running an island time, so.
Island time. He was. You guys know the show was supposed to air at 4 o'clock. There's a reason it aired.
it's Jamaican for us.
Hey, it's it's 1 hour ahead here than it is in Jamaica.
So what you're saying is it really is at 4 o'clock.
So it's real.
I didn't realize this was
So
out
I'm
of
actually
Jamaica
early
time.
right now. I'm early.
Yeah.
What time is it?
He's early.
Yeah.
You know what? I give up. He's early. He's not an hour late. He's an hour and a half early. Yeah, excellent. Fabulous. I love that. Yeah, now my husband, he's in the background laughing. Now he's got his new out. No, I was on Jamaica time. Sorry.
Yeah. I got you.
I got you.
And Wes, once you meet Craig, you're officially allowed to use that.
Where go by later.
Right.
You're in the club now.
So you all are in the club right now. Since you've met him, you can now all be on island time and be late to everything in 2017. Congratulations.
Yeah.
It's the award that they get for being a part of the show today. Okay, very good. So anything else you can tell us about your relationship or Backbeat Entertainment before we move on?
So yeah, just briefly. So we formed a partnership on the Craig Thompson project. Yeah. So Backbeat Entertainment just sort of spawned largely because of that group. And then as a freelance drummer, I've been a drummer for hire for about 12 years now, where I work with lots of different bands. And kind of like Craig and myself, I have a few other contacts and just musicians that I really vibe with personally and professionally. And we've formed little partnerships here and there. So I have a stable or a handful of bands, if you will, that formed this group that I just call Backbeat Entertainment, and it offers everything from consulting. If you got a corporate party or a private event or a wedding, everything from the live music to recorded music to lighting and speaker systems, and just kind of creating the whole entertainment element
Excellent.
That's what I'm doing.
Excellent. So it is. So it's starting your own business. It's building.
Yeah.
It's building almost. I mean, more.
A relationship.
Yeah,
with each other.
relationships with each other. I mean,
Right.
And the other musicians that we play with too, because we call it the Craig Thompson Project, because we have so many different outlets and musicians that we reach out to, and we come together. But the core group is Rob and I.
It starts as the two of us, which is performing tonight, and gets as big as you want it. We have full horn section, 10-piece band with additional singers, like whatever, it really can be anywhere along that scope.
And one of the things, so not just in the music world, but in the business world in general, who you bring in to work with you, business partners, very important that you vibe and you have a strong relationship, right?
Chemistry,
Chemistry, right? So when you're bringing in extra new people to Backbeat Entertainment, do you two align and pick the people that come in? Is it just your decision, or is it something that needs to be collective between you two?
It's collective.
Is it collective?
But
Sure.
And then a lot of the times the musicians that we call upon are like on an individual basis are the same musicians that he or I would call upon independently of each other,
Okay.
Because we have a good group of musicians that we know in Orlando and in the outskirts too, like spill over into Tampa and Clearwater, Miami. So we really network with a very large group of musicians.
Okay.
And we collaborate on that sort of thing. So whether he brings a gig to the table or I do, we say, okay, so we're looking at a 5-piece band or an 8-piece band, and a lot of times we'll just call the main people, but like sometimes our first call trumpet player isn't available, and so we'll discuss like, hey, I've got these 3 guys. Who do you think we should call first? And
Okay.
we'll talk about it like that.
I love it.
Yeah, we deliberate. Yeah,
It goes both ways.
Okay. So it is very important to have such a strong foundation here so that you can build out. And that's what I want people to recognize, is that when you're building your foundation in your business, no matter what it is, in the music industry or something completely the opposite of this, it is so important to have a strong foundation with the people that are going to support you and be there with you. Get rid of the toxic people, which maybe we'll talk along the way, right? Because if you have anyone that is toxic in your very foundation, that is going to hurt the growth and development of when you expand out and when you grow. Okay, all right, so moving on, tell us a little bit about your interest in music. Like, when did it begin? Who you looked up to? How did this even start for you guys?
For me, music started with listening to the radio on a Sunday afternoon while my mom is cooking dinner. We usually, in Jamaica, we have a big family dinner every Sunday, kind of like how you guys have Thanksgiving once a year. We have it every Sunday. We have a big cookout.
Oh, nice.
And then what happens is you have the music playing in the background while dinner is being made. And I would always go back to those memories of my first time of being introduced to music. And then from that point on, when I was around 16 years old, I got involved with a theatrical project.
Okay.
So I got into theater, and I remember they called it TIE. Theater in Education.
Nice.
And it was a really cool way of because in Jamaica where I'm from, it's a very humble background, and there's a lot going on that you don't want to get caught up in, So this was an alternative to exploring the arts, and I'm really grateful for that opportunity. Sheila Graham, I don't know if this will ever reach you, but if it ever does, thank you on what you did for us however many years ago, I think like 13, 15 years ago. It has molded us into incredible people. So thank you very much, Sheila.
Oh, we got to get a hold of her. We got to get a hold of Sheila. And there's 6 degrees of separation between us and Sheila. One of you can help us get to her. We need to get this to her. So, okay, all right. So tell us. So you were listening to the music, and then so it kind of brings memories back to you.
Yeah, so I got into theater, and when I got into theater, that's where I really fell in love with the art of performing. And I guess I could attribute some of that to my my confidence on stage, because they really taught you how to be confident, not just on stage but also off stage. The way you sit, your demeanor, everything about you. You want to attract positive people. So you have to have a positive outlook and outset on life, you know. So those are some very important just characteristics to learn and to embody. And then after I left the group, I picked up the guitar because I fell more in love with music.
Is it this one?
No, it kind of looked like it, you know, but no, that's all word. Well, it's not this one. The other one was.
How many strings were on it?
Oh man, let me tell you the story, man. So if you think this guitar look bad, the other one that I picked up, it had only 2 strings remaining on it. It was a classical guitar, right? And it had only the D string, the A string, and the D string. And I wrote my first song on that, just by playing by ear and just like figuring out. You know, we were talking about this. Like this was the melody to the song, and I go, just these 2 strings. And that's where and that's where it started, you know. And then I fell in love with it, and I was like, yo, I ain't turning back now.
You can get some more strings.
I can do this with 2 or 3 strings.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a full guitar?
Oh man! And then I learned about the G string.
You talk about that.
We'll talk about that one.
That'll be with Dave Sheridan on the sex therapist. We'll talk all things G strings.
Yeah.
Don't make me laugh. I'll talk.
Yeah, so that was the very first beginnings of my adventure with music, and then it really solidified everything when I went on tour with the group. And we went to England and we performed for Prince Charles and the Queen.
Wow, amazing.
It was man, it was cool. And at that point I was like, yo, this is what I want. I want to travel the world and perform, you know. Like this is it right here. I was like, I was so in love with it, man. The idea, and that's when that just kind of got root in my head, and I created that vision for myself. I'm like, yo, you know what? Let's work towards this thing. You know?
Before we move over to Rob for a second, how was your family in this whole process? Were they supportive? Were they not supportive? Did they think you could make a career of this? What? Tell me a little bit about your family's support along the way.
Okay, family support. It's looking back on it. I have a different perspective versus when I was in it.
Okay.
You know, as with anybody
Yeah.
does this life, anyways. So when I was in the moment, like trying to be musical or trying to explore my musical abilities, you know, they were indifferent. You know, no one in my family was a musician. You know, no one really knew anything about instruments or anything like that. Them just listened to it, you know. But when I picked up the guitar, they saw it was cool. They thought it was cool, you know. But they didn't really make much of it, you know. And I remember when I used to sing karaoke. I can tell you about that. When I used to sing karaoke, they tell me like, Craig, no, you can't sing. You should stop, you know.
That still happens to me.
Yeah, like I said, I sound nasally, you know. I sound like Alvin and the Chipmunk. I guess because I used to watch Alvin and the Chipmunk so much, I wanted to sound like that. But yeah, they say, oh no, you have to lose the nasal part. And I guess over the years, you know, I kind of own it and kind of molded myself and learned different. Definitely being in the performing arts group is the main support system that I had, really, because they were nurturing me, you know. My family, they were kind of just on the side watching, you know.
Yes.
They were like just watching, cheering me on. But the strong support came from that group, really.
Okay.
You know, family was always there, but they would be like mocking me sometimes, you know, because some of the roles that I played doing this theater, when I was in theater, it was some funny stuff, you know, like one time I had to dress up.
Yeah.
Like in a woman dress and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Did you look pretty?
I was sexy, man. Sexy girl. But so I'm just joking. But yeah, for real, you know, and they would just be like mocking me sometimes, and other times them cheer me on, you know, and that helped to build my character, you know, because in when you go out there with music, you know, not everybody gonna like what you present. You know, you can't please everybody, so So I kind of looked at it as, all right, I'm cool. They kind of just mock me on the side. But then these guys over here who really know about it, they're like, yo, you got something, you know?
Yes.
So it was a balance.
But I think that's exactly what I was hoping you were going to say, because so many of us out there face this, right? You're going for a dream or a goal. Maybe you want to open your own business. Maybe you want to go back for that master's degree, and you have family who is supportive. They mean well. They want the best for you,
yeah.
but they don't. Sometimes they want you to play it safe, or they want you to do what's traditional, and so they tell you, no, go this traditional route, or I don't know if you could really do that. What you want to do is surround yourself with people that can bring you to that dream, like he did. People that were like, you've got it, you can do this, keep going. And so while you can respect your family and say thank you, I appreciate, the feedback you're giving me, or I love that you're looking out for me. This is my dream, and I'm still going to go for it. And then when you make it, then they're like,
yeah. Everybody reap the benefits.
Everyone reap the benefits of it. But that's the point, is that you have to realize that people that love and care about you might not always be on board with your dreams and the direction of your goals. And that's okay. You don't need everybody on board. If it is in your value system, if it is something that you truly want to do in life and you know it, you can feel it in your gut, you believe it, you're going to go for it, and people will eventually come around to it. You only get one life. Go for that passion and achieve your dreams and your goals. Okay, so moving over to you, Rob, tell us a little bit about how you got started. Where did your interest in music come from? How old were you? What was going on, etc.?
Well, I believe I was forced to take piano lessons in elementary school, and really didn't like it. But I was kind of good at it. It came to me relatively easily, and I'd done that for a couple years, and I reached 5th grade. And I remember where I was exposed to drums. It was right at the end of 5th grade, the end of elementary school. The 6th grade band came to our school and performed. And the very last song they did was Wipeout. And it started with,
oh yeah, I might hear that tonight too.
So this drum thing, I was just mesmerized. And within that week, we had to sign up for classes in middle school, which obviously that's the first time you ever do that. I signed up for band then and decided I want to play drums. So from there, I really wasn't good at it for a while, but I liked it more than other people, I guess.
And what did your mom say? Because if my 2 boys said, Mom, I want to do drums, I'd say, oh my gosh.
Well, earplugs.
Earplugs, help.
So they were actually incredibly supportive from the beginning and throughout. But you make a great point that people around you aren't always going to be supportive, and of course it's completely out of love. Like my mom particularly was concerned at one point in college when I had moved over to playing drum set, and I was playing in bands and getting some popularity and playing in clubs and fraternity parties and stuff like that. She was concerned that I was working at night when I wasn't studying, and I was in a really difficult business degree program, but I kind of had to make her see, and just made a decision that this is what I really love to do. Like, I would rather play a show, play a gig, than go to any other party or do any other thing that I can think of. So, but beyond that, like they were incredibly supportive the whole way. Like, they would help like pay for half of my equipment sometimes. I'd have to cut grass to make the rest of the money, but they would help out financially. They put up with the noise, which, oh my God, it must have been terrible.
Mom, if you're listening, good job.
Persevere.
Yeah. But they were the first to come to shows, and my mom would be standing on a chair and clapping.
Oh, yay!
They were great. And still are.
Okay. All right, excellent. All right, let's move on here. Okay, so, I put in here, you hear so many people want to become, so many kids especially, right? They want to become musicians. That's what their dream. But there's so many people along the way that will tell them that's maybe a hobby, but not something you should really go into. What would you say, either one of you, what would you say to those maybe not kids, because maybe we're not having kids watch, but maybe those that are a little bit older that are trying to make this a dream, what would you say to them if they hear from people this should just be a hobby, but they feel like you guys feel? They feel passion, and they feel the vibrations, and they just passion. What do you say to them?
Well, I would say you gotta own it and stick with it. And you have to. It goes with anything. It's not just music. You know, it's like if you want to be a carpenter, you can't just wake up one day and say, "Yo, I'm gonna make a chair."
Yeah.
No, you have to research how to cut the wood, what wood you want to use. You know, so you have to learn. You know, it's a continuous growth with music. So, and in any career that you really want to choose, you have to really just condition yourself. You know, make it a part of your world.
That's an important distinction. Is that's really true in any field. It's like it might be additionally true in music because it might be more competitive with less opportunity, but really it's not different than anything else.
Yeah.
If you're going to commit to it and you're going to be good at it, if you want to be at the top of your field,
For real,
you have to work harder than other people.
Okay. And that's what you guys did. You just kept going and you kept going. And even so now, what about some of the trials? Is there any like trials that you can tell us about, like a really major hiccup that could have deterred you, but you stayed on the path? Did you guys ever face anything like that?
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And again, that's just life. You know, life is about ups and downs. You know, life's about struggles and perseverance. And I mean, you won't know what happiness is if you've never been sad. You won't know what sadness is if you've never been happy.
Yeah.
So you can't have one without the other. You know, so you have to really just work hard at your craft. And when those times come when you fall, that's when you even learn more. You know, that's when you bounce back the quickest and the best. That's when I mean, like my own story, you know, coming here from Jamaica, I migrated here not knowing anybody, and music was what I wanted to pursue because people believed in me and they were saying that, yo, you could really make it in America. And I was like, all right, let me give it a try. And that wasn't easy because I came here not knowing anybody at all, you know. And so that in itself was a trial, you know. But I had to do that. I had to make that step because I wanted to become a musician. You know, maybe I could have stayed in Jamaica and try doing it there. But America has a lot more opportunity, you know, like to get equipment and just the class of musicians that I get to be around. You know, you have so many different elements. You have jazz, you have R&B, you have folk, you have funk, you have rock, you have, you know, all the genres, they're here. You know, they could, like the other night we had a Christmas party and all those musicians were in the same room and all of them were just exceptional musicians. And to be in that surrounding was like, yo, this is sick, this is amazing.
And gospel guys, got with a deep, raspy country voice.
Everybody, so it's just
incredible girl singers.
For real, man, it's so cool.
Every instrument, I've got all these instruments that range from toys to just different collectible things. Some of them are obscure from traveling. And everyone there is either like figuring out how to play it or teaching themselves how to play it. Like it was pretty
an awesome moment.
It really was. Yeah.
And looking back at my childhood, you know, I didn't have anyone like that really around. Like it's only when I went to the theater to do musical theater, you know. And so coming here and being exposed to all that the different types of music and learning it from a hands-on perspective, because I don't read music, you know, I just play from ear by ear, you know, and looking at what people do and learning from that. YouTube
Thank
University.
You, YouTube.
Shout out to the YouTube. Silicon Valley people. But yeah, and so that opportunity, you know, to come here to America to really pursue a music career opened up plenty more doors for me. And that was one of the biggest challenges that I had to face, you know, to come here from a different country, not knowing anybody and finding my way through.
And that's what I want you guys to see is that why he was successful in what he did. Going back to Jamaica, he told us already that he had an opportunity to go into theater, or on the other hand, he could have kind of gotten into some trouble, right? There was two options. So he could have taken the easy, fun road at the time, but instead he said, you know what, I'm gonna try to do something. He took theater, boom, opportunity number one.
Yeah.
Then he says, okay, great, I'm liking this, I'm inspired by this, I'm surrounding myself with people that like this, right? He gotta wear a dress, okay? You can't, that doesn't happen every day. And then
On stage,
okay? But then after that, yeah, but then that's on the with the sex therapist. We can't talk about that here. But then after that, he had, and this is where many of us face this. He had an opportunity to come here to America, right? That is a blinded leap, right? How many leaps in your life are you like, holy crap? Okay, I always go back to starting your own business because this is a leap that I took. I have kids, and I was going to go now with no health insurance, paying my own employees, not paying myself, freaking out. How am I going to do this? I have no clue. And I just took the blinded leap. And you build your wings on the way down. And in 2017, if you are looking to take a leap, go for it. As long as you are passionate about it, as long as it is in your value system and you really want to do it, and you make the commitment to surrounding yourself with people that are going to support you, get rid of those toxic people. When you take that leap, you will succeed. And that's what he did. He blindedly came over here, and now he is an amazing success. And it's all because he took these leaps, and some of them gigantic leaps, right?
Yeah, man, definitely. Yeah. Well, I mean, not many people will just uproot from a country and come to another country.
No, I haven't done it. I'm staying right here. All right, okay, so let's do 2 more questions, and then maybe we could hear you play.
Sure.
What do you think? And I told them that I'm going to be your backup singer, and I'm going to sing with my raspiness, Walking in a Winter Wonderland. No, I'm just kidding. The 2 things you'll never get on the show is me singing or math. Those are the 2 things. So you don't have to worry. Hold tight. We're going to ask them 2 more questions, and then we're going to hear them play outside. So let's see. I want to pick something hard. What is something that people may not know about this industry?
That's you, Rob.
That's all of them. Rob's going to answer this one.
Okay, I'll start on that one.
Okay.
A lot of people don't realize what goes on behind the scenes.
Okay.
What has gone in to the product or the show ahead of time. Like how many hours, and it goes everything all the way back to starting to play 20 years ago to perfecting, not perfecting, but getting to some level of mastery at your craft, into the travel time, the setup time, the purchasing of all the equipment and the gear, the learning how to use the technology of the gear. So sometimes people just, they hear about musicians and like, oh, the show, they made this much money this year. And that's usually a gross figure. But they don't realize like how much goes into that. And, if you're going to play, you're going to get hired to play at a bar, and you have to bring all the equipment, and you have to rehearse. When
preparation involved.
They might hear, oh, you're making X thousands of dollars to come and play for 2 hours, and they think, oh, well, your hourly rate for 2 hours is awesome, but there's so much more than that. Sometimes you have to hire extra people to come and run sound or lights, and then there's like I said, the rehearsal hours and the setup and the travel, and there's just more to it than a lot of people understand. So.
Okay, excellent. All right, and one last question. What is the best part about working in this particular field? What is the best part about it?
Freedom.
Freedom. Okay, explain. What does that mean?
Freedom of expression. Freedom to set your own time and do things on your own time, and traveling. You're not stuck. I used to work a 9 to 5, and never like it, because my spirit is just outside. I want to be outside. I want to be doing things. I don't want to be stuck behind a desk, or a cubicle or whatever you call it. I want to be out there with nature, and having fun with nature. And so music has allowed me to do that because I can get up in the morning and go for a bike ride or go for a canoe down the river or something, you know, and be able to tap into my creative element. You know? And if I had a regular 9 to 5, I wouldn't be able to do that. There's some restrictions.
Yeah.
And I don't really care for restrictions. You know? I feel like everyone should pursue whatever dream they have inside, and just give it the best shot they have. You know. So that's what I love about music: the expression, the freedom, the complete freedom of it.
Okay.
The expression of yourself and the freedom to do whatever you want. And then what you do within that time, doing that freedom, that time you have, is very important to you, because you can't squander the time. You know, you still have a mission, you know.
Yeah.
And the mission is music. So
maybe even finding inspiration in those downtimes, right? So if you have the
exactly.
freedom to go for a bike ride,
to find
finding
the inspiration.
inspiration.
Exactly.
Okay.
You tap into that creative element, you know. Because I mean, it works for me. For other people, they work in different ways, you know, to get inspired. But for me, what inspires me is just being out by the water, or in the woods, or up on a mountain top or something. You know? And music has given me that opportunity to be able to do that. So everything comes back to music. It's like it's the nucleus.
I love it. Everything. It's funny you say that, because for me, I tell people when I wrote my book, one of the things that I would do is I would go for a run. Like I would just you know, time for me, I go for a run, my freedom, my free time, and ideas would come to me on that run. And I would text myself as I'm running these ideas.
You do that too.
Oh my God, because I don't want to
you don't want to forget
this is
it.
damn good, you know. And so, but I tell people my book was practically written on a run, because so many ideas came to me. And then when I would come home, I'd put all the ideas together, whatever. But they do, in that free time, any free time that you have, that is so valuable. Because if you can be alone and hear yourself, so many ideas can come to you. That can help you achieve your goals and your passion. It all comes together. Okay, and so for you, where was I? Okay, the best part about doing this job for you?
Really, just, I mean, we're doing what we love to do the most, doing what we're both best at, with people that we like and respect. And to me, that's what success is in life. And to go back to a question that I wanted to touch on before, is, you know, a lot of people are told, oh, it's such a risk to enter the music industry, or, you know, don't do that, don't try to make that your career. You can absolutely do it, but you need to be honest with yourself about what success is to you.
Okay.
Because if it's playing arenas and being famous like Bono or Bruno Mars, then yeah, that's a lottery ticket type of odds situation. And there's a lot of super talented people like Craig that could be on that stage at that same level, but just a lot of things, you have to get lucky a lot. As well.
But it can be attained.
It can.
It can be attained.
If success to you though,
if that's what you want,
is supporting yourself and doing what you love with people that you love, and having that autonomy, then anyone can absolutely do it if you put the work in, for sure.
I love that.
And you know, I'd like to add as well, one of the most gratifying thing about music is the way I see it impact people. You know, when I'm performing and the way the crowd reacts, that's always a joy to me. You know, to see people having fun and enjoying what I do. You know, they're receiving what I'm giving. You know, and they're very receptive to it, and they give me back the love, and so it's like a reciprocation going on all the time. You know, so that is on the top of the list.
It motivates you.
Oh, definitely.
Well, you can't not laugh and nod your head when you watch this guy perform.
Right.
You'll see.
I'm so excited. Well, and it's funny, because I don't think it just has to be in music. For me, when I have my clients text me, Jamie, I achieved that goal, or Jamie, I did this week, I'm so excited, it motivates me. Or Jamie, you know, my husband and I are doing better. I'm like, it puts me on cloud 9. It makes me feel so awesome inside. And those of you in any industry, when you're working and you see your clients or your customers satisfied with what you've given to them or provided to them, it makes you feel good. And I think that's kind of what you're saying, right?
Oh, definitely, definitely, of course.
So, okay, so before we leave, in literally one sentence, what would you leave people with? Each of you, if you could leave these people before we hear you play with one single word of advice, what would it be?
Keep at your craft. Own it.
Own it. I like it. Own it. Excellent, excellent. And what would you leave people with?
If you have a dream and you can really visualize the result, then you can absolutely do it. And just work at it every day. Look at all the angles. I mean, with music, you have to practice. You also have to figure out the business angle and how to get paid to do it so you can pay your bills. But look at the angles and just do it. Put in the work.
You can visualize it, you can do it.
Nothing's easy. Like, no field is easy. So if you want to be great at anything, it takes work.
You have to put in the work.
You can definitely do it.
I love it. Okay, all right, so hold tight with me. What we're going to do is we're going to have some people help bring the cameras to the outside. This hasn't been done before, so you're going to have to work with me. And we are going to go outside, and you guys want to play here? Can we do it outside? Do you want to play? You tell me. You want to do it here, or you want to play something outside?
You don't need drum either. So.
No.
Yeah, let's do it outside.
Yeah, let's do it outside, right?
You want to do struggling?
No. They want to
outside. All right.
Let's do it. All right. Peer pressure. Tempted.
Outside.
Yep, outside. All right, we're going to go outside. You're going to hear them play live right here. And you know, if you need some help with walking in a intro on your land, I can do your background singing.
Only if I knew that stuff.
You don't want to know. No, you don't need Chris's gift. Play something, just whatever you want to go. Do you need the table, the chair was?
Stuff. I want to do. That is good.
And guys, as soon as you're done, you just wave them off and we will hang up and we are out. So.
Merry Christmas.
Here we go. All right, give us your song, and then we are heading out, and everyone's gonna have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Oh, no, it's like, no, you're getting missed.
Should we do it again?
Yeah. You want to finish or you want to be done?
No, I thought you were trying to
No, not stopping. No, you're just getting misted. Yep. All right, finish it.
Again, a 1, 2, 3. Treat you right. I wanna know you. Every day, every night, you move like over, I get so we dead, so dead. I'm all on my skin today. Feels just like just from my
All right.
Sweet.
Excellent. Thank
That's
you.
the Craig Thompson project.
Whoop, whoop. Let me wave bye, everyone. All right.
Let me say bye.
Come on, Jaime. Come on
All
over
right.
to
What do I need?
the island.
Yeah. You don't want to hear me sing, especially with this. No, everyone's saying no in the back. Okay. All right. Everyone, Merry Christmas. Thank you for tuning into the Dr. Jamie Show, and we will see you on 1/6 with Dave Sheridan as we talk all things sex. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.